welcome to Dev Radio. I'm here with Charmaine and Tasnuba, and they are the team that built Civic Chat DC, one of the winners of our November hackathon. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Of course.
Thank
Well,
you.
why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how much experience you had building AI apps before this. Charmaine, you want to go first?
Oh, okay. So I'm Charmaine, a global ambassador for Next AI, and of course a hackathon winner for the November challenge. And I have experience in project management and technical documentation, and I've built and scaled Chrome extensions like Shield, API, and Gemini Nano. I specialize in workflows such as backend development and AI integration. My focus is on creating secure and user-centered solutions for managing resources.
You're a little bit hard to hear again, Charmaine. Can you just
Okay.
talk a little louder? Wait, that's better. Go again.
Oh, so my name is Charmaine, and I am a global ambassador for Nexus PPI, and of course, a hackathon winner. And I've had a experience in project management and documentation, and I've built extensions like Search Field using Chrome API and Gemini Nano. And I specialize in workflow design, backend development, and AI integration. My focus is creating secure, user-centered solutions for managing resource usability and building strong professional networks. So my experience with building AI solutions was most of the time it was fun and a little bit frustrating because I think for me it was a little bit hard when it comes to
Charmaine, I think there's issues with your mic. It's really hard to hear you.
Yeah.
It's good for like a little bit and then it gets stuck.
Wait, I just tried switching mics, then let me switch back to what you were before. Okay, try again.
hello.
Yes,
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, sorry about that. So on my end, when it comes to my experience in building AI solutions, I find it most fun most of the time and a little bit frustrating because um, when it comes to like gathering the data, it like, you could you it's a little bit hard and you need to procure your own, but it is important to get this sort of data for the solution that you want to build rather or what you of what you've envisioned.
Yeah, getting the data is always the hard part for hackathon. Yeah. Tasnuba, what about yourself?
Hi, Matt. Thank you so much for having us. So, a little bit about me. I'm a recent college graduate. My background is in statistics and data, and I currently work in operations. I do have a little bit of experience experimenting with agentic AI, but not at the level of that I did at in this project, where we had something usable and production ready. I'm very interested in creating practical and human centered products. So, definitely, when I saw this opportunity to work with cloud and AI, it seemed like a really good experience.
Practical and human centered. The project you did was all about bringing humans together.
Right.
How did you think about the project and what sort of how did you approach it?
Yeah, so well, there were three routes, and honestly, we had a really hard time choosing because we wanted to experiment with all the different tools and products. We chose the Civic Chat. Well, I'm from New York City, and we actually had a very memorable election recently for the mayor, and it kind of made me realize how civic information it could be very confusing. And so it really resonated with us, and we wanted to create something that mitigates that. And using AI to make to prioritize clarity, accessibility, and we focused on users such as first-time voters or busy working adults, multilingual residents, or people new to the country. And there was actually this podcast episode on the Dev Radio where I forgot the name of the person, but
Ken?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
So you guys had a chat, and one of the use cases that he mentioned is, well, we, we elect people into offices, but then how do we actually access these people? How do we resolve local issues? How do we know which agency, which government agency to contact when we have issues like potholes or things like that? So we kept these issues in mind, and that helped us kind of create our project.
Yeah. Charmaine, what was your what part of making the project did you find interesting? What was it?
It was about wiring the Azure through
Yeah.
the back end. It's a little bit tricky, especially if you don't do it like in a waterfall kind of like methodology. Because most of the time I would do the agile, so I need to keep in mind that I need to create this first, or like gather or create the resources first, and then just the usual steps. But when I found out that it was that easy, um, everything just worked out.
Yeah, it's a good learning opportunity when you're doing a hackathon.
Yeah.
Yeah. What it was a cool project. What are you most proud of? Like what's the feature you tell people about?
Honestly, the proudest moment is the fact that we actually had a full project, like a finished product. We were
Yeah.
afraid that we wouldn't make it in
Yeah.
time. So I'm really proud of our database because getting data is very hard. And so we tried our best to scrape as much data as we can and to train our AI. That took a lot of effort, and we try to make it very specific. So for the project, we kept the scope to Washington, D.C., just so we have something focused while we design the system and potentially scale it later. So a lot of our data was focused on DC, and we tried to be as specific as possible, try to find any potential issues that a user could have. So that was my favorite part of the project.
Cool.
So mine is, oh sorry, mine is it is a all-in-one platform for the local community that you can access easily access to, and I'm very
Yeah.
proud of that.
Yeah. Well, thanks to both of you for taking the time. Congratulations. It was a great project. And, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm sure you guys are going to be doing awesome stuff in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.